Hey everybody, this is Grace, and I'm on my way to the post office to pay my rental. Yeah, I just called the other day and asked them because I said all of a sudden I started getting mail from somebody, I've never gotten it from before. And, gotten it for before. Misdirected, but it had my post office box number on it. And the woman, she wasn't that bright. I said, can you check and see if my name is still on it? She sat there for a long while. She said, let me go see what I can do. And she came back and she goes, no, I can't check it because, I guess you couldn't get online. I said, can you walk back there and check what name is on the box? She goes, oh, yeah, I could do that. Now, that's after trying to find their phone number. You know how it is. You have to call their main number, and their main number, their recording said, the main number for all of the post office. The whole post office. The government number, or whatever it is. And that said there was going to be a 43 to 1 hour wait period. I said, oh, heck no. So I tried and finally found that post office box, that post office phone number. And it was basically only through that they had, somebody had written that it had closed. And somebody wrote the phone number down. I mean, closed as in no longer exists. And I'm like, what? So I called it, and, they said they were still open and all that. I'm going to be busy a few times. I haven't heard a busy signal in I don't know how long. But the post office, yeah, you can get a busy signal. And, saying that this line is currently unavailable. Please try again. You're called. I don't do voices that great. But anyway, so today then I got an email like a day or two later stating that my box was due. Then they said that she said that it was my name on the box, and that my post office box was due. So on it says you can go on their website. Well, I went on the website, and I had a card that basically I wrote down all the information I'd used before for it. Well, that wasn't going to work. That was years ago. So it says make a new account. I made a new one, and sure enough, I got through all of it, all the way to the last step to pay for it online. And what did it say? Yeah, it said that it couldn't find my post office box. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I double checked, triple checked, made sure everything was right. And where it says, make sure you didn't put P.O. box, and instead just the number. And I had done that automatically. I can read. And checked it again, tried it more than once. On the third try, it says you've maxed out the number of tries you have to go to your post office and pay. Oh my goodness. Can anything go right, So now, as you can imagine, I'm going to have to go, today's Saturday, and go there and stand in line for, I'd say probably 30 minutes, because today is Saturday, to pay this and watch something go wrong. That post office box actually has some really bad reviews online. Saying this is the rudest and the meanest. Is meanest a word? I don't know anymore. But rudest and meanest employees there, stuff like that. And they can be pretty rude, I'm well aware some people are going to say, well, no, it's the customers who are always rude. I don't believe that when people say something like that, because I worked in that over my life, and it wasn't all that long ago. But I can understand why people say that. I haven't worked in that kind of customer service, like behind the counter, in a long time. But I can understand why people say it. And I can also understand why they have a reason to say it. But no, I don't ever take it out on the person that's there. Unless they start getting rude with me, I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to tell them off. I don't go to a store for somebody to be rude to me. And by the way, this is kind of like a stream of consciousness video. Go with the flow. I'm trying to see what that store is over here. They're opening up right across from Racetrack. They're opening up at a Quick Trip. Imagine that. I still say, are they related to Walgreens and CVS? But behind it, they're opening some kind of store. It looks like a grocery store. And the grocery store, it looks like, oh, I don't like that store. It's Aldi, by the way. I've never been a fan of Aldi at all. I don't know why it is, but anytime I buy something from there, yeah, something's wrong with it. Anytime I've ever done that. I don't shop there. I've been once because there was a new one open, and I wanted to see if it was going to be any better, and it still wasn't. But that's just my opinion. It could have been had a bad experience, but every time, yeah, bad experience. Just might be me, right? Okay, speaking of bad experience, the last time I was in line at this post office, and it wasn't that long ago, it was a few months ago, and actually I was wearing the same thing, now that I think about it. But there were these two young people, I'm talking probably in their early 20s maybe, and it was like a boyfriend and girlfriend, you could tell, or maybe they were married because the way they were standing and all that stuff, you know, with one another. And they looked like punks, you know, but not dressed like punks, but they just seemed, actually, I want to tell the truth, they seemed very ignorant, okay, just very, very ignorant type people. And I walked up, you know, I was standing there, and one of the girl whispered something to the boy, and he was loud, and she had just looked at me, and she whispered something to him, which I could hear, and I'm not going to validate by saying what it was, but he was so rude with it, I mean, loud, and what it made me think of, you know, I started to tell him off, and I said, no, wait a minute. You know, there was a movie with, what was his name? Willie? I don't remember. But anyway, it was about a couple of teenagers that were kind of crazy. Not teenagers, but young adults, rather crazy. And no, you don't want to mess with them kind of thing. But, okay, people, can you move? So, oh my goodness. But, yeah, you know, and Wooly, what is his name? I almost had it. But, yeah, you know, if people were that crazy that they would say something rude about a person that they don't even know, somebody standing right there and you can hear them, there's some screws loose, and yeah, they might be dangerous. So, but usually I'm not afraid of people. I will say something, but that was just kind of, yeah, too bizarre. And over the years, I'm 55. I definitely learned how to trust my gut. You know, that little survival instinct. I don't really call them instincts, more like reflexes. But yeah, I learned to trust that. And that one screamed at me, nope, back off on this one. So yeah, you never know, really. They might have, in the post office, gone postal. So, on me. Yeah, I know. I wasn't trying to be punny, but yeah, you know, I caught it as I was saying it. So, yeah, or thinking it to say it. So let's see what happens. I'll go in the post office and I'll come back and let y'all know. I went in there and they had somebody standing behind the counter that I don't think she usually works there. I've never seen her there before. She seems new, but she was nice. Oh yes, she was nice. She's probably in mid-30s, maybe. Nice person. Yeah, because I have seen bad ones there. You try to explain something like, you know, to them, and they're just, they don't want to hear it. They don't have time to hear you as a customer. But this was before, so maybe they've changed staff. I don't know. But anyway, I asked her, you know, I told her what happened, and she kind of looked at me, and she said, well, what's your box number? And I told her, and she's, you know, told me how much it would be to renew it. And I said, well, I'm still wanting to know why I couldn't do it online. She said, oh, well, man, we don't have that same, you know, computer. I think she said, we don't have that same computer program. I think that's the way she put it. I get what she meant. And I'm like, okay. So she said, but I can give you the number. I said, you mean the one that you wait online for 43? It says 43 to an hour-long wait. She didn't say anything, but she was nice about it, you know. So, yeah, and I was being nice about it. But yeah, that's the wait. During the middle of the day when I called, it wasn't lunchtime. It wasn't. But yeah, it doesn't matter. does it. Anytime I've ever called it, it's been a long hold. You know, you might figure something out like that. Not that if you've got a lot of people calling in, and they have all these different, you know, you can go to this one, to that one, to this one. Yeah. So there's a problem there, you know. But anyway, and then I called Adam and going to get us some breakfast. It's 9:25 and we haven't eaten breakfast yet. He was up before me, but he went to bed like 8 last night. I didn't go to bed until, I didn't fall asleep until like 1:30. So yeah, and in line. But it was, oh, there she is. Wow, that was fast. That was just to give me my Diet Dr. Pepper. Oh, now she's back. Yeah, I felt rushed. And I know some people say, well, usually it takes so long. So, nobody's ever happy, huh? But, yeah, it was good. But, yeah, I felt rushed, and I had to pull off to the side to put my credit card back in my purse. So, I don't know. Right where I am. Of course, you have to go there. I had to move aside for that big old bottle that was sitting there, and of course I got to go right where I was exiting. I don't know. I think I need my Snickers bar this morning. You know what I mean? I haven't eaten anything. Taking my pill. Yeah, my diabetes pill. I think I did actually before I left. Grabbed a little chocolate, little bitty tiny chocolate heart kind of thing. But I'm not the type of diabetic that it would go so low that fast and everything, so type 2 instead. Anyway, so I ordered something, but I didn't really order much carbs in. I've got their breakfast. I think it's mainly protein, and that's how I usually eat, is mainly protein. But I've got a special little diet from my doctor that I should follow, and it doesn't even work right. And I need to see a nutritionist, someone who actually understands that I have an adrenal disorder. I can't eat like normal people, you know, really, you know. And I'm not going to follow online diets. Everybody, that's your thing, you know, whatever. But one size doesn't fit all, and no, unless you're really somebody who, yeah, I don't want to go down that road, but yeah, I'm not a fan of people who say, you know, everybody should eat this one way. No, everybody shouldn't. That's really bad advice. And are you a healthcare professional? And even those, would they really say that? You know, that could be dangerous for some people. Like to tell people to eat a high carb diet when they're diabetic, or, you know, you don't know their condition. You know, and some people with high cholesterol or high whatever would listen and say, oh, I'm going to follow this, and that's not good. It could kill them. So yeah, I'm doing more videos like this. Just stream of consciousness, not totally, because I have to turn it off and on every once in a while, because my mount kept falling off my other car, my SUV. This is Adam's SUV, and I have a car too. And I had 3 of them. 2 of them are the same kind, so I traded one of them that wasn't the same kind to try to see what was going on. But it just kept popping off of my windshield. And I cleaned the windshield, and I don't know. And after that, it may have just been the kind of weather. It wasn't hot. Like in the summer, they'll do that often. Not too often. If I stay out of the sun, it's okay. But this, I wasn't in the sun. It wasn't cold. It wasn't humid. It wasn't anything I could say that it was just happening. I don't know. But so I'll have to cut it off every once in a while. And, you know, or it might pop off. It very seldom does, really. Very seldom. It's like once every blue moon. Whatever's going on, it happens. And I don't tend to put myself in the video either, because inside the house it's got we have solar screens, and it makes every video, no matter what I use, look grainy. That's the word I use, grainy. And no matter what I do, I put all these lights on me, it's still going to do that. And yeah, that's a mess. But I'm going to try, because I've got an iPad. It does it on the iPad. But there is a visual effect that might work really well. So I could do videos, even though it's going to have that visual effect, and I think it's basically pink. Whoa, gotta slow down here. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like running with the police department right down the road. I don't like running a yellow even. No, because one time I was right across from the police department is a place to get your inspection and all that. And I was there and I was waiting in line, and it was taking forever. It was hours. It was taking a long while. I said, look, I gotta leave. This is ridiculous how long you have to wait here. So as soon as I left, the police were right on my tail. So I kept thinking, yeah, they're in kids. Yeah, but this was a long time ago. I mean, this was many years ago. And so I don't know. It could have been just a coincidence, of course, but still. So I'm very particular when I drive down this place. Yeah, everybody says that I drive. You're a real extremely careful driver. What? You shouldn't be a careful driver? Mainly they get upset with me because I won't go over the speed limit. Of course, it could be the car isn't exactly, the SUV isn't exactly going the speed limit. Like if it's 45, I might be going 47 or something. But no, I'm not going to go 55 in a 45. And where I live, a lot of people think that besides that they own the road, everybody thinks they own the road. Each individual. No, you don't. Collectively, we do. All humans do. But you don't individually own the road. And I know a lot of people say that that's where it is there, but like I say, I live in Narcissism-ville. It had a reputation. The first time I ever heard of this place, over 30 years ago, it had a reputation of people having a high sense of entitlement, etc., etc. I've said this in other videos, but this is a new video. But yeah, they do. Yeah. So not everybody. I want to make that clear. Not everybody, but yeah, everybody owns the road. Everybody owns everything, and you're on their road. So yeah. But yeah, I probably should start to wrap this up. It's probably going to be long, but this is probably going to be how I do videos from now on. I have spent over 4 years making videos, and I'm one of those that got demonetized. If I had all of it on one channel, it would have been different, but I have them spread out, and it would have been different. I would not have gotten demonetized. But with them spread out, it's too hard to build. It's not even suggesting, and the videos it suggests under mine and videos it suggests under other people, I wouldn't even watch that crap. It's not even related. I know I'm not the only person who's complained. Like I've heard one of the big YouTubers, the big ones, complain about it. They're not matching the videos that it recommends, with your own, and it's matching them with crazy crap. And it's been doing that probably since September. And around September, my not this channel, but the channel that I use more for things like videos like narcissism stuff, it just started going downhill, way downhill, and then I looked on their the website about that, not website, but the beta thing, and one of the videos, I looked for, what it was connecting them to, basically, and one of them was about acne. I'm 55. It's connecting my video to something about acne, and that's where not a lot, but some of the views were coming from. Wow. So, it was recommended on theirs. The people who were doing the acne thing. I don't know why in the world it would have connected me to acne. And I also don't know why in the world it connects me to the ads. Oh boy, I got upset the other day. I think I mentioned that in the other video. Yeah, don't stereotype me like that. Just because I'm Texan, don't do that. Ooh. Yeah, not let me close it till I clicked it a million times. Not letting me say I don't want to see this ad. That's bad. That's real bad. Anyway, I think I should wrap this up. If you want to subscribe to this channel, it's going to be just a rambling kind of channel now. And sometimes I might pick the topic, but click the circle. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click one of the rectangles. Like, subscribe, comment, and share on your own social media. I'll talk to you on another video.